Hi guys, it's Night Fear, and I am coming on today to do my wrap-up part 3 for Queers Gone By. This is the wrap-up for SOPHIA Jex Blake. I know I haven't been doing a wrap-up, I haven't done a wrap-up in a little while for these, because I've been reading from here and there and everywhere, and reading all the books, right? So I wanted to share with you the books I've read and the challenges that I read them for. So the first one was read a book written or set during 1840 to 1912. And for that one I read A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray. I gave this 3 stars. It was okay. It was a little, I don't know. It was about a girl whose mother dies and her father ships her off to live with her grandmother, and then her grandmother and brother decide to ship her off to a boarding school in London. And it's just, she finds out a lot about herself. She's got like a secret destiny kind of, and there's this kind of mystery about herself and her mother and the school and things that happen there. And yes, I know I'm keeping it vague because if you do decide to read this, I don't want to spoil anything for you. Some of the ways that things were handled in this book I didn't really enjoy. I don't know, it seemed kind of choppy somehow to me. I probably will try to read the next one to see if it's any better. If it's not, then I'll probably DNF the series. I mean, like I said, it's 3. It's okay. It wasn't horrible. But I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I was going to. So yeah, but that's A Great and Terrible Beauty. Okay, so then the next one was read a book about female doctor or scientist. And for this one, I chose The Final Six by Alexandra Monar. I wasn't sure if this was going to exactly fit the challenge, and it actually does, because we're told this story from 2 different perspectives, and the female perspective is a scientist. But what's happened is basically the weather has gone cuckoo from global warming, and most of the world has, a lot of the world has flooded, and so the world has gotten together and has chosen 24 finalists from different countries to compete to go to Jupiter's moon Europa, and they're trying to wheedle this 24 down to the final 6. And we get a perspective from a guy from Italy, Leo. Was it Leo? I think it's Leo. It's good, pretty good, guys. I don't usually remember names. And then our female perspective, I don't remember her name, Naomi. Our female perspective, Naomi, is from the United States. So we get these 2 perspectives, and we get the feeling that what they tell us is going on is not really going on. This was an excellent book. I gave it 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I listened to it on audiobook. It was really, really good. The next one does not come out. I think it comes out February of next year, if I remember right. I think it's February of next year that the second one comes out, and I can't wait for it. I really want to see what happens and what we find out about what's really going on, or what the government is really doing. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed it, and we do see the some of the training and some of the things that goes on in this competition. And yeah, we do have a couple people in here that we really, really don't like, one especially. And some sad things happen to some of the contestants, finalists, whatever you want to call them. So, but yeah, I would highly recommend, especially if you like that kind of sci-fi element of space. But yeah, I really like this book. Okay, the next one is read a book set in London or Edinburgh. And for this one, I chose The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert L. Stevenson, retold by Carl Bowen, because it is a graphic novel. I gave this 3 stars. It was okay. I've never read this story, like, read the novel. But this was just, I mean, like I said, I felt A Great and Terrible Beauty was choppy. This one was really choppy. It was just like, ta-da, 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 and it's over. And I don't know, maybe that was because it was a graphic novel. Maybe the story was originally that way. I don't know. I would have to really think about if I'd want to read the original. Because I really wanted more of his story, and we get it kind of, I don't know, we get it told from a different perspective other than his, and it just, I don't know, I didn't enjoy this as much as I was hoping I would. So, but yeah, I gave it 3 stars. But I mean, if you like graphic novels and you like classics and you haven't read it and want to read it, I mean, it was a beautiful graphic novel. The art was beautiful and stuff. I just didn't really enjoy the story. And did I say I gave this 3 stars? All right. Now to the 2 I read on through my Kindle. So the next one was read a book exploring rejection or perseverance. And for this one, I thought this book was perfect for this. Why is this not? Okay. And that is The Love and Lies of Roxana Ali by Sabina Khan. And I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But this is about a Muslim girl who lives here in the States. Doesn't she live here in the States? Or is she Canada? I think she lives here in the States. And she just happens to be gay. She's dating this girl. She's 17 years old. She wants to go to college. And she's just kind of biding her time because she knows her parents are going to freak out if they find out that she's gay. Well, ta-da, her parents find out. And so they kind of trick her into going to Bangladesh. And of course, you know how this story goes. They try to set her up to marry a guy because they just can't accept her as she is. This book was excellent. I got mad. I cried. It was so good. And I gave this book 5 stars. And like I said, I really enjoyed this. And I've been reading a lot of Muslim character books lately. And I'm kind of running out of the ones that Sajid from Books Are My Social Life. Yeah. I'm running out of recommendations from him. So if you guys know of any more good, really great Muslim books, let me know down below, because I want to read more, because I'm really enjoying the ones that I've read so far. Or Indian, the books from, with people, Indian characters from India. I really enjoy reading those characters also. So any recommendations I would appreciate. So, but anyway, I would highly recommend, if you're like me and really enjoy that perspective, I would definitely recommend this one. It's really a very compelling story. It was very gripping. I couldn't put it down, and I really, really enjoyed it. Okay, so our last book for this round is read a book about female friendship or support groups. Originally, I had erotic stories for Punjabi widows to be read. I did start, and I just couldn't get into it. It wasn't necessarily a bad book. It was just not what I thought. So I was looking on my Kindle to see what I could find for female friendships. And believe it or not, there's not really a lot of books that are like that, because a lot of them are romancy. But I did find one. And this is Snowflower and the Secret Fan by Lisa C. And this is a story about a girl. Well, it's told from one girl's perspective, but it really tells 2 girls' stories. And this is about, they are growing up in China in the 19th century. This book goes into foot binding. and what went into that, because we see her growing up from a really little girl, and we find out some of the customs, and how they got married. They become really close friends. We find out about the secret language that women used to have, and they end up passing this fan back and forth, and writing messages on this fan. It was very good. It was very touching. It touched on a lot of subjects that I had no idea. I haven't read a lot of Chinese books, or know a lot about Chinese history. And the author herself, it had a great note about how she went about researching for this book. And she took parts from her own family life. She took, or not her life, but her like history that she's, things that have been passed down in her family, stories and things. And then she also took from where she went to China and did her own research. So it's such a compelling story. It's such a interesting look. And we go through her life. She's actually an 80-year-old woman now, going back, telling us this story. So we see her life, as she's telling us as it unfolds. So it's really, really a great book. I did give it 4 stars. I kind of am an emotional reader, and I don't know. It just didn't feel like a 5-star book. It was probably a 4.5. But of course, I rate how I rate on Goodreads, and so it's either a 4 or 5. But if I could give half stars, I definitely would give this one 4.5. So, but if you're looking for a great historical fiction type read about friendship, then I definitely would recommend this book, Snowflower and the Secret Fan. So anyway, guys, those are the books that I read for this next wrap up. I have a couple more to read for one, and then a few for the other. But I'm also trying to read for the summer romance book bingo, and I'm doing the reading rush this week. So I'm reading a lot of books, and a lot of books from a lot of different places. So anyway, guys, Kaylin wants to show you something here. She got her hair cut, so here we go. Look, all her hair is gone. Turn around so they can see. See, no hair. There she goes. It's very red today. You want to say anything? You don't want to just say hi? You want to say bye? Alright, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to always be kind to each other, and we'll see you again in the next video. Bye!